What's up, YouTube's Artisan MC? And I guess I'm gonna call this one Mercy or Hump Day Hellraiser. Uh, let's see. It's been an irritating day. And something just happened that kind of irritated me a little more. So I'm gonna wait and see what develops without trying to lose my shit. But what I did want to talk about is I was just having a discussion with boy Sam. You guys know he is my son's stepfather, and he's talking about being online and arguing with people on Facebook and shit like that about geek stuff. And I told him I don't engage in that shit anymore because it's actually pointless. Because you can always get a good geek argument nowadays, but before it wasn't that damn contentious. Everybody's so fixated on being right. And most of these motherfuckers got half a story anyway. So I should actually link. I can't do it on my phone. Of course not. That would be fucking helpful. Anyway, one of the points of contention was he just got up on the Justice League 75 thing, them killing off the Justice League. Now, last night, me and him had a conversation, and we were talking about the Naomi show. Because if you've been a geek long enough, most people call you and ask you shit about geek stuff. You knowledgeable. They know you know that shit. And so they come to you and ask you questions about stuff. Anything that you pretty much have expertise in and people know you have expertise in that is verified, they usually come and ask you about it. That's what it is, right? So he called me and asked me about the Naomi show. He was telling me about this argument he got into with some chick online about this Naomi show. And her point of contention was that he should be supporting it because it's a positive black character. And he's asking me this shit. I'm laughing like, fuck no. Now, in the midst of that conversation, I told him about the whole Justice League 75 thing. Told him what to look for. Told him that I talked about it on my show on Sunday, right? Now today, it finally crossed his path. And he saw the picture. And he was like, oh my God, it begins. So once again, he's online because he's home. He got COVID and got his leg hurt too, sprained his ankle or something like that. So he's home. And so he's having time to be on, I guess, Facebook arguing with these fucking idiots. Right? And I told him, I said, yeah, that's old. I told you about that. He's telling me about this dude arguing with him about if saying that Batman was the leader of the Justice League. Now, I told him, because we're exchanging audio messages, right? I told him, this is why I don't fucking argue with people about this shit. Because some people don't know what the fuck they're talking about. What's the point of arguing with them? You don't bring them up to your level, you go down to theirs. Right? So I'm sitting here telling him, and I started getting a little, irritated when I was giving my message. I told him, I said, did you ask this motherfucker, has he ever read Tower of Babel? Know anything about the Batman protocols? None of that shit? Does he know why Batman is even there? Why he looks at it as part-time? Because Batman is not the one everybody is supposed to rally around. That's Superman's fucking job. That's what Superman is there for. Batman, at most, is the tactician and the strategist. Why? Because he don't trust metahumans. And that's what I had to remind him. I said, you have to remind this idiot that Batman is almost the only unpowered person on that fucking team. In the Trinity, he's the only one with no powers. None. But people refer to him and ask his opinion, what he thinks, because they respect his mind and his acumen. And if you want to be real about it, he got something for every one of them motherfuckers. Hashtag prep time. He's not there to be friendly. He ain't there to be the leader. He's there to make sure they stay on track and don't do nothing too goofy that would endanger humanity or Gotham. And he has to be the one to take them out. That's what he's there for. That's the whole reason he stays on the team. That's why you can go to any Justice League meeting and see his fucking chair empty. He got other shit to do. He busy. Tired to be fucking around with these motherfuckers. He is a hard scrabble hero, vigilante, whatever the fuck you want to call him. He settled a lot of shit with his bare hands. He ain't got time to be up there, playing with them. So this whole argument that Sam is having with this dude is fucking, it's a stupid fucking argument. It's like, dude, do you even read this shit? Have you ever read it? Have you even just watched a fucking movie? What the? Oh, God, you can like Batman and understand that he ain't the leader. You know what Batman is the leader of? The fucking Bat family. He's not the leader of the Justice League. And Sam pointed out something that was really accurate. It's like that last Justice League movie, Doom or whatever the fuck it was. Who led the Justice League to their death? Superman. Right? Not Batman. Because he was against it. That's like Black Panther being in the Illuminati and the motherfuckers want to do something. He tell them no, flat out. No, don't do this. Y'all gonna fuck it up and everything's gonna be messed up. Anyway, T'Challa. And what did they do? Look, I know all this geek shit is popular now. Half of you motherfuckers call it nerd shit, which is totally wrong. But whatever the fuck you call it, I understand all this shit is popular now. And for the last 10 to 20 years, you motherfuckers that felt like you got your Wikipedia nuts up your ass and up around your throat that you can sit there and argue with everybody else that was here before 20 years ago. Shut the fuck up. This is why I don't have these arguments. This is the shit that had me rolling my eyes when I was sitting in the movie theater trying to watch the goddamn two jackasses sitting in front of me arguing over if Jon Stewart was the first Green Lantern. So if you watched a cartoon and learned everything about these comics from a cartoon, sure he was. Sure. But that ain't fucking accurate. That's why I can get pissy about some of this shit so much. Because every time it jumps medium, new, they want to start starting it all over again. And motherfuckers like me with a head full of brains and not air has to sit there and remember where this divergence happened. What's the original story and what's this little offshoot? And personally, it's fucking tiring. Especially nowadays because the motherfuckers can't really write worth a damn, so they just keep starting shit over again. And all the new booties want to jump on and know this is definitive. I can stand up to anybody because I Wikipedia this shit. You know why Wikipedia is not an accredited source if you ever went to college, you dumb motherfucker? Because anybody can put stuff in there. If I knew who you were to a person, I start putting your fucking picture in Wikipedia for dumbass, asshole, jackhole. I'll just start filling it up. Just start filling it up. Fuck it. Since you believe everything's on Wikipedia. So, for my boy Sam, and as a mercy to dumb motherfuckers, do not get in arguments with people over geek shit. Fuck it. It's a waste of time and pointless. The motherfucker's not paying you to do that shit. It's the worst waste of fucking time to argue with them over the internet about it. Because apparently everybody got time to argue over the goddamn internet about shit they half-ass know. Why bother? It's that old school DJ Quick song. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. Well, if you ain't getting paid to fucking argue, fuck you arguing with them for? They wasting your time and you wasting yours. So, what up, AB? Birthday Fizzle in the house. What up, Malika, if you're still in here? What's up, Art Immoral Arts Geek? What's this? Narratives and dialogues with, god damn, that's a long advertisement. What's up? You need a shorter name. Anyway. So that's about all I want to say outside of other dumb people. It's Wednesday. I got heat for a Wednesday. Ignorance is on my mind. What's up? I'm listening. NDKA, yeah, that's NDK. Yeah, that's a good one. Listening, thank you. Yeah, let me put that on the screen so you catch it in. Even Young Manhood channel go by YMC. Shout out to Young Manhood. Oh, it's Goofy Nino. Hey, what's up, Nino? I know who you are now. That's just a lot to read while I'm driving. Just a lot to read while I'm driving. Yeah, you in Frisco. You probably, look, Nino, you could probably speak to this shit. You probably dealt with that shit a lot in San Francisco. That's a different kind of fucking dude out there that's into this geek shit. You waste time arguing with people over this shit? I mean, if you were standing around in the comic shop or at a convention talking up with some dudes and they start arguing over dumb shit like that that is verifiably wrong, would you argue with them about this shit? No. Like, whatever, man. That's California. Like, whatever, man. Fuck it. Because there's a limit to how long you gonna talk and argue. We don't spend that much time arguing with people over here. That's why motherfuckers get killed a lot. We don't spend a lot of time arguing. We don't. You got about 2 minutes of that shit. It's not gonna be a lot of jaw jacking. No. You either gonna do something or you gonna shut the fuck up. Plain and simple. And if you're not gonna do anything, you have the other option. If you don't like the fuck up, you can always just walk away. But it's a dead conversation after that point. Like, whatever. You keep pressing it, get what you get after that. We laid back in California, but we got short fuses on some of this shit because we don't like anybody fucking up our laid backness. That's the whole point. We don't want to hear that shit. Geek stuff? Nigga, if you don't shut the fuck up. I remember my homeboy Ron, hallowed be his name, in my comic shop, was sitting in there in the comic shop. We're hanging out in there on a Saturday, right? And they were running a D&D game in the back of the shop. One of the guys that came to play D&D was a friend of, I think it was a friend of the old owners, Jeff, one of his ancillary friends, little Asian dude with glasses, right? With that acerbic asshole attitude, which I can't stand. And he came in there, me and Ron are having a conversation, and the motherfucker interjects himself into the conversation and tries to correct Ron that he is wrong on some shit. Now, Ron was, I believe he was about 3 years older than me. White dude in a wheelchair. I call him a master of Aikido. Good ass marksman, customs agent. We're a skinhead, not a skinhead, but he had his flat top like he was in the military. Okay? Told y'all about him. I got a lot of respect for this dude. Educated himself, lived on his own, got his master's degree in criminology and everything. That's why he worked for the government. And very knowledgeable on a lot of different topics. Right? Comic books, Wolverine, Batman, don't even fuck with him. Don't even try it. You've been reading this shit for too long and got perfect recall. Perfect recall. I got near perfect recall. That motherfucker had perfect recall because he didn't have a reading problem. He read every fucking word and memorized it. Got it on lock. I don't have a reading problem either, but just saying. He was in there talking. We're in there talking, and this dude said some shit. He said some acerbic ass shit to him. And Ron had to check his ass. And the dude was just, well, you know, if you're just wrong, you're just wrong. He said, dude, stop talking to me right now. And the dude picked up the little book and started looking at it like, fuck you. Standing right near his chair, right? And he told him, I said, look, there's nothing in that book that's going to keep me from beating the hell out of your ass. He kept staring in that book. Everybody got quiet because it's flame kicking out. It's like, see what's going to happen. They're either going to go or he's going to shut the fuck up. What did he do? Kept looking at the book for a minute, closed the book, put it down, and walked the fuck away silently. And went and sat his ass in the back and got out of grown folks' conversations. Now, what was that? A fucking nerd, and I say that because he was being an asshole, a nerd interjecting himself into a geek conversation and being wrong and trying to look down his nose at everybody else in the conversation. And the dude had to tell him, nothing in that book was going to help you. Nothing. Nothing in that book was going to help your ass. So that was his option. He could have said something else. He could have. That was his option. He's grown. He's over 21. What did he do? Said nothing else and walked away. Out here, that's the shit that'll save your life. You can choke on pride or you can choke on blood. That's your choice. One of them is not hazardous to your health. So I don't get that shit. It's a waste of time. So I don't do a lot of arguing. Try not to do a lot of arguing. You hear me about having an argument with somebody, it's usually with some chick. I ain't even arguing with her. I am talking, and this motherfucker is irate because they can't turn my crank and get me wound up. Kind of pisses them off. I ain't a jack in the box, bitch. But fuck with me the right way, you will see the pop goes to weasel. So, for today, my message with dealing with dumb people today and hearing that shit from Sam, that I have to go and listen to his message that he sent me back. Have some mercy on some of these dumb motherfuckers. They don't know any better. Like I told you guys, ignorance in and of itself is not a bad thing. It just means people don't know. You can't argue against what people don't know. You can try to educate them, but they don't have to listen. They don't have to want to listen or accept the fact that you know the fuck you talking about. So to quote my cousin, Nelson, leave them how you found them. If they was woefully ignorant and they don't want to listen, leave them woefully ignorant. Also, like my boy Ron said, maybe the second guy in will be able to sink through their fucking head. Second time they hear it, then they might start listening. You might have just been the first. I'm usually the first. Just what it is. I'm listening to say the life and opinions of artists and MC. I'm listening. Yeah, the philosophy of the multidimensional man. It's my philosophy. It is. Look, it's okay to be wrong on some shit. It is. It's perfectly okay to be wrong on some shit. There's some things you better hope you fucking wrong on. Like that strag that you was running up in Raw. Found out she got 3 baby daddies and 2 of them in jail. And you wondering if that pregnancy test gonna come back positive? Yeah, you better hope you're wrong. You better hope that you didn't get her pregnant. You better hope. You'd want to be wrong on some shit like that. You don't have to be right about every goddamn thing. If you right about everything and you walking around on planet Earth, what the fuck are you doing here? You must have fucked up somewhere else. Because ain't nobody down here 100% fucking right. If you were, you wouldn't be in this bitch. You'd be, I don't know, upstairs taking care of the accounting or some shit like that. Somebody would have called you home because they need your ass. So everybody else down here can fuck up and does regularly. So have a little empathy with some motherfuckers, and just, for me, it's like I have to understand that everybody is not perfect, because I'm not perfect. They're not. And if everybody is not perfect, I can't hold them to a perfect standard while I'm being imperfect. That don't even make no goddamn sense. That sounds feminine as fuck. So, okay, I can be wrong. Cool. I can be wrong. I don't give a shit. Cool. That means it's something else for me to learn. Then I'll have to be bored in this bitch. I don't. That's why I like watching shit that I don't know where it's going. That's why I get excited about the shit. Smart enough to figure out where some shit is going. And when it gets to the point that I thought it was going to get to, it's boring as fuck because I had to sit there forever. It's like the Flash running the race. He been finished, 2,000 picoseconds ago, and he's still watching these motherfuckers get off the blocks in slow motion. I'm just waiting for you to get to the finish line. That's why Quicksilver always so pissed off at everybody. because everybody is moving slow as fuck compared to him. That's why it's so frustrating. Everybody's moving too goddamn slow. I feel like that. Everybody moving too goddamn slow. So that's it. Have some mercy on the folks that don't know as much as you, or as much as you think you know. Because as much as you think you know, I will tell you, if there's some areas in your life that you have not experienced, like, I don't know, child raising, pregnancies, marriage, having, a pregnancy scare, like BGS would say, traveling the fucking world, you don't know a lot of shit. Just accept it. You don't know a lot of shit. And that don't mean just because you don't know a lot of that, you know 100% of all the shit you think you do know. You don't. Better be open to the fact that new information can come in and change that shit, and be ready to accept the new correct information and integrate it into your fucking thinking. That's the only power you actually have, the ability to fucking learn and change your method of operation on the fly when you're introduced with new correct information. That's learning. And that's why people don't usually do it. Mentally fucking lazy. But anyway, I'm not gonna keep spitting my scorpion venom. I'm not saying a lot of shit I want to say, but I'm almost home, so I'm gonna get in here and get the shower done, get this fucking shower fixed. I don't know what the fuck is going on. And I'm gonna lay down and probably play some Division. So thank you guys for coming through. I've been Artisan MC. Stop arguing over dumb shit. It's a waste of time. I'll see you guys next time, if I can get my link right. See? That's the shit I'm talking about. That's the shit I'm talking about. Exactly the shit I'm talking about. Oh my fucking God. New phone mount. And it's right until I want to push something. And it's just closing everything. All right, y'all. Peace.